So I'm going to try to do something that I realized overnight. I realized I made a mistake here, which is that I got on here and I took the staircase up to the top, which is fine. Oop, I should probably check for secrets. There we go. And I toyed with it back and forth to see how many positions it has and stuff like that, which is also fine. But the one detail I didn't try to do is I forgot to, after moving this thing, try seeing where the bottom staircase went, because I never went to the bottom. So let's test that. That was always the confusing thing about playing around with this sort of device, even in the first game, is it had multiple positions, but also multiple floors attached to the device simultaneously, and you had to figure out which one you wanted to experiment with at any given moment. Otherwise, you just had no idea what you were messing with. Anor Londo. We'll get to you in a moment. And yes, I do get some level of amusement at continually walking up to Anor Londo and teasing people with it. I know what people are waiting for, but I have loose ends to fill up, and we're going to try to check them. So the next thing is the staircase. Does it connect to something when it's in its up position? Because it feels like it would. There's no other direction, just this one. And it's just... That's a bonfire. That is a bonfire. How do I get to bonfire? This is not attached to anything. Well, it doesn't have any other positions, right? So there's two possibilities. Either A, I get to that bonfire in a completely different fashion than here. Where is that, by the way? That's the entrance down there. Ooh, right there is my church. I still haven't found out how to get inside the church from above. And this looks like it actually... This building might connect to the church of Yorshka, whatever the name was, through a series of buildings or something. Oh yeah, that's Yorshka, that building right there. So that means I need to get on top somehow and drop down, because there's no upwards direction from Yorshka to this bonfire. So I must be able to get to it from up here. Well, there's no other positions for this thing, so the next thing that comes to mind is Moonlight Butterfly? Seath's domain? So let's try to check for an invisible position, I guess. We'll take one of these slots and attribute it to these prism stones I never use. Admittedly, I might be thinking of prism stones because of Henri. God rest her soul, if she's not undead. Which we don't have full confirmation of, because we have the words of crazy people. That is floating. Oh, well, I have 1,800 souls, and I'm embered, so let's just risk this. I'm just floating. Can I get a... Can I please get some snowfall to indicate where this bridge is? Oh, no. Is there, like, a shimmer at all? I wish I could throw these. It just makes me wish I could throw prism stones around to tell where the hell this platform goes. It's going straight so far. I don't know if these will stay here after I die, but it'll show me where I went so far if they do. Oh! NPC. It's another one that reminds me of a Bloodborne character, actually. Oh, is that a raised... Oh, it's raised. Oh, this thing has railings, doesn't it? I think it has railings to keep me safe. Commit! There we go. Well, there's a trippy sight. I actually hope those stay there, because it's just a weird band of colored lights across the sky. Let's go ahead and unequip those. There we go. And it's lit. This game has no shortage of bonfires. I am not complaining. It's going to be hard when I eventually go back to Dark Souls 1 to do another playthrough of it, because it's been so long. And I'll be like, I have to go from there to there in one go? Fuck me. Oh yeah. This seems to be the drop down that I was looking for. Let's meet our friend here. Who are you? Does she have elf ears? She's also oddly articulate looking for a character. I guess I'm just not used to seeing faces ever.
Name thyself, stranger. I am Yorshka, captain of the Darkmoon Knights. what beckoned thee to such a place? If thou'st come stumbling here in error, I bid thee leave anon. This tower is a prison. Thy presence shall invoke the ire of the tyrant Sullivan. Though 'twas a rare delight to converse with another. My thanks, strange visitor. May the Darkmoon watch over thee. Thou thinkst to remain? This tower is a prison. I bid thee leave. May the Darkmoon...
Okay, so I'm missing some kind of item that would allow us to become members of this covenant then. The Darkmoon Covenant's here. There's just covenants crammed in every corner of this place. That's not the right name though, right? That's not the right name for the people who are invading me, so that must be... The people who are invading me must be another covenant nearby, because they weren't called Darkmoon invaders. Although the Darkmoon were invaders in the previous game, if I remember correctly. Is there an item on top of that roof? It's probably just lighting. Probably just lighting. Alright, let's do some creative dropping now. Head down to Yorshka's, church. Trying to kill ourselves, huh? On one hand, I would take off my equipment to do less fall damage. On the other hand, I don't know if we'll get attacked by something. There's an item. Try to plan for that. Oh yeah, that should be an easy enough starting point. They seem to be close enough together to not hurt you. There we go. Ooh. Painting Guardian's Curved Sword. They really are just using everything from the second half of Dark Souls right now. Every Covenant's coming back. We have the Anor Londo. We have the Seath the Scaleless... The Seath the Scaleless Invisible Bridges. I like that for once there's a series of drop-downs in a game, but it's not constantly hurting me. Whoa, the entire painted set. Yep. If there's any place to put the painted set, it's going to be where it's some location that has a bunch of precarious equipment around it. Which one should I prioritize? I mean, there's a platform right here. Can't go over there now, if there's any reason to. Does not appear to be, so I thought I might have been picking a diverting path, but that does not appear to be the case. Oop, that's not going to get me anywhere. So one of you ends with an item? Nope. Neither beam ends with an item, but the one on the right over here is at least above platforms. That's the obvious priority here. Careful. Let's just not fluke now. But I'm getting low enough now that I might not be able to die anymore. I could probably still die. It's very easy to die of falling in these games. Alright, so that's that. As long as I didn't miss any paths along the way or secrets. I'll try you too. I'm not forgetting about you. Nope. And this is the drop-off point we saw at the beginning. So now we're in Yorshka's, we're back in Yorshka. What? Woman ahead. Woman ahead, therefore try above. Oh, they're saying to go from the top up, down. So this is where Anri was last. She's now very dead. We didn't really have any discussion with her. It'll be interesting to try to pursue her other storyline at some point. Because I assume she has other ends to her story that involve me not stabbing her in the face. The statue's gone, because the character was using Chameleon. Let's go and take a look at such things. So we got the Chameleon spell, which is how they were disguising themselves as a statue. Lost Sorcery of Irithyll, land of ancient golden sorceries, transforms into something inconspicuous. Far from formally developed, this magic was instead born from the mischief of a young girl who sought relief in the solitude of the woods at dusk. She tried. Maybe didn't entirely succeed. The Painting Guardian Gown! Attire of the Painting Guardians, whose forms are described in the mythology of heretics. A smooth pale gown that deters magic. The hunchback teller of ancient tales describes unwanted souls who are unwelcome across the lands and are eventually drawn into a cold, painted world. That's the Painted World of Ariamis from the Dark Souls 1, which is where the game's obligatory innocent character was hidden. Because they like to... Where's the painted... There we go. Couldn't find it at first. I want to put it on because it's usually a cool looking set. There we go. It's a pretty cool looking set. Bad defenses. 46% equip load. Low defense across the board. Really good for stamina recovery and not taking fall damage and moving around quickly and everything. And generally fits with the theme and speed of this build, but I probably would still like to wear some armor. But it looks freaking cool. What's the mask look like up close? It is just this... Yep, it's a metal band that goes over the eyes with a cowl, which just makes 0 sense for a number of reasons, but anime! And apparently the leggings are super armored, which is weird, because you can't physically put armor under the rest of their clothes. They would be way more bulky looking than that. But yeah, that's where they kept Priscilla in the original game. Because these games love to have somebody who you don't want to kill. Priscilla just wants to be left alone, and you go and kill her, so that you can get a special item or something. I actually don't really remember why you kill her that well. It's been a while, in some cases. Or in Demon Souls, there was the Maiden Astrea, who's just sitting there trying to care for the lost souls of 1,000 aborted fetuses, and it's like, why are you such a monster that you would attack her? Are you still... Yep, she's still here. Any follow-up?
Ah, our lord and liege. I presume thy holy vows are sworn? Wonderful. Now thou art the true and deserving Lord of Hollows. With the spouse, the strength to claim the fire is thine. Thy lordship, I prithee wrest the fire from its mantle. I, Uria, and all Londo embrace thy impending lordship. Our lord and liege, I prithee, play the usurper. When the moment cometh to link the fire, wrest it from its mantle. The age of fire was founded by the old gods, sustained by the linking of the fire. But the gods are no more, and the all-powerful fire deserveth a new heir. Our Lord of Hollows, it shall be, who weareth the true face of mankind. Be safe, our lord and liege. I prithee wrest the flame from its mantle.
So, Dark Souls 2 established the idea that even though the flame is either lit or abandoned in the first game, ultimately there's cycles upon cycles upon cycles upon cycles of this thing happening over and over again. One day the flame dies again. And the Dark Souls 3 is the escalation of that, the final chapter, because it's supposed to be the last game in the series, supposedly, unless they just get bored to make another one, where it's supposed to be about the end of this in some way. The main reason we're getting all these Lords of Cinder here is because, as far as I can tell, it's just getting harder and harder to continually light the flame, and that we need to get all these different people who previously lit the flame together in order to do this. And I think I was just given the option to basically break the cycle, end the Age of Fire once and for all, and just flat out remove it. It's not about abandoning it, and it's not about relighting it, it's about destroying it completely. And it's hard to say what the exact ramifications of that would be. On that earlier topic, as far as I know, the whole point of the flame is that it stops us humans from being stuck in our normal state, because normally humans are hollows, I believe. I could try to throw in names like the furtive pygmy and stuff like that, but I don't have a great understanding of some of those things, so I'm gonna avoid that. But I believe that normally humans are hollows. Hollows came first, basically, and the Age of Man started when we got the first flame, and that's what gave us our humanity, and so on. Kindling the flame is what keeps us us. And so it seems to be that my character's embracing being a hollow and taking charge of that, and not sure how that would work out. So, earlier I tried walking out there a little bit, when I came here a few episodes ago at this point, and they both rushed me. That's fucked, but there's some room to fight back here. So my best bet should be that if I shoot him, maybe I can fight him back here? Here he comes. Alright, good luck me. We're gonna have to try to stick all the way back here, hopefully. The good news is, they should stay dead after I kill them, if it's anything like before. Ow. What the fuck, man? Hup. Okay, quick heal. Ow. Ow. Oh, now. Here comes the other one. Or not. Alright, that went poorly. Oh. I'm alive. Oh. Oh. Alright. Things have gone better for me in the past, you know? Oh, there we go. Alright, it's doable. It's totally doable. I was almost there. It's a little hard to tell what's going on. He's a very fast, rapid character. Although the biggest surprise was when he dashed and I dodged the dash, but then I'd lost all my health. I'm like, what? What happened there? There's a sliding scale on me understanding hitboxes, and on one side of the sliding scale, there's dude with sword and shield, where I'm like, okay, I understand. And then the other side of the scale, which was shown a lot by my frustration with parts of Bloodborne, was some kind of four-legged beast flailing around like a salamander that's trying to be grabbed or something. And those are moments where I'm like, which parts hurt? Either way, this appears to be totally doable, because he was almost dead. I just kind of blew it. I have enough flasks to power through it, more or less. And once one's down, I'm assuming the other one... I'm assuming it stays dead, because that's what happened with the first one I fought. So I assume this one will stay dead, too. If I can just nail it. There we go. Come and get it, buddy! Trying to charge me to death this time. Okay. Come on, get over here. Ow, dick. Quickly heal. Hoop. Nope, that was a failed dodge. Alright. Nope. Guess who's bad at video game? Hoop. Alright, I'm really bad at fighting these guys, apparently. Ow, hurt. No! Oh, I tried to dodge it too. Dang it. Well, I'm well and truly fucked, huh? What the fuck, man? What's going on? Jesus Christ. It is such a confined space to fight such a big enemy. Alright, let's think about the tools I've been given here. They gave me a ladder. Thinking Tauros Demon, maybe? It's way too high to jump at it from the top, because I would just die, but can I attack from here? No? How do I... Let's see. Oh, you can plunging attack from a ladder. There we go. That might give me an edge at the very least. Get me started. That is not how you attack. That's kind of how you attack. That is how I do my other attack, but it's not what I was going for. Did I miss? There we go. Don't mind me. Just don't want to be dead. At least this will give me an advantage of him not being able to immediately attack me, right? Come on over, buddy. He's just so big and flaily and awkward. There we go. That was not really that much damage. Quick heal. Huh. He's very hurt right now. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, motherfucker. I can't see anything, man. It's really... I just don't like fighting... I don't like fights where I can't see what I'm doing. It bums me out. Oh, here it comes. It seems worth it to try to start the fight this way at least, because if nothing else, I can avoid the initial dash, because the charge is a big source of damage. Uh-oh. That's called walking into a trap. I'm in your butthole. Here he comes. Friend. Alright, this is going weirdly well so far. Okay, he got weirdly cautious all of a sudden, didn't he? Ow, stamina. Ow. Uh-oh. Can't see anything. Oh, stagger. Ooh. I got him. Wow. Talk about a fight where my luck seems to depend very heavily on the like particular AI routines that the AI decides to use on me, because he just he got really cautious and jumpy, and he kept kind of staring at me and leaping backwards. I'm like, well, that's way easier to hit than constant spin mode that he was in before. Alright, now we gotta try to kill the other one without dying. At least I have full camera control and I can maybe use a pillar to my advantage. Human dregs. We'll look at that later. I don't know how I would use the pillar to my advantage, but I can try. Booty hole! Yep. Yep. Now, where am I? Okay. I'll be fine. He's almost dead. Yep, roll. Quick. There we go. Ha! Oh, a bonfire. Wait, why would there be bonfire here? It's not a boss fight. It's not hard to get to. Let's see. Ew. There's two places there's always a bonfire, which we were just shown a moment ago too. There's always a bonfire in a boss chamber, and there's always a boss fire at a covenant. And there's a weird guy in the corner, and a bonfire spawned the moment I beat those guys, which don't respawn. So this must be a covenant here, which makes sense because it's right in the middle of the area where I was being constantly invaded. So this is probably the invasion covenant I've been trying to find the source of. I'm half tempted to join it just to have some fun little invasions here and there. So that could have some fun there. I might finish Anor Londo first because I already did some PvP, so I don't want to oversaturate that necessarily, and move forward a little bit. Is this a destroyable wall? Nope. Oh no, it's way more textured up close. Just from the distance, it seemed oddly flat. So we got human dregs, which are probably the covenant item because we're here in a covenant area. Provides an Aldrich faithful. Oh, proves an Aldrich faithful has met their duty. Proof of the duty fulfilled by an Aldrich faithful who patiently await the devourer of God's return. Dregs are the heaviest things within the human body, and will sink to the lowest depths imaginable, where they become the shackles that bind this world. What are you talking about? Alright, moving on. Ring of Favor. That's Lautrec's ring. It used to be called the Ring of Divine Protection and Favor, or Divine Ring of Protection and Favor, something like that. I think Divine was in there. It increases your hit point, stamina, and maximum equip load. A ring symbolizing the favor of the goddess Fina, whose fateful beauty is mentioned in legend. True to the fickle nature of the Fina's favor, her ring increases maximum hit point, stamina, and maximum equip load. In this case, it gives me... wow. 31 health. I'm not sure how much stamina. 10 stamina. Exactly 10 stamina. And an equip load bonus of 2. So, virtually worthless. Which is a bit of a surprise. Maybe its power has waned over time. Because when we first got the Ring of Divine Protection and Favor, or whatever the exact order of the words was in Dark Souls 1, it was relatively huge percentages to all of your meters, basically. In fact, I had... my Dark Souls 1 playthrough character had the Ring of Divine Protection and Favor, and I think the ring... I want to say it was the Mask of the Father or the Mask of the Mother that also give you bonus hit points or something. And I just had super long meters on the top of the screen, despite not putting very many points into it, which was... I felt like I was cheating the system, and it was great. Alright, so his eyes are gouged out, which is nasty. He's the fattest of all the fat ones. He looks like he's using Deacon's candlestick, or whatever the candlestick's weapon's called. Largely, he's just a large one of those guys. He's Archdeacon McDonnell. Aldrich Faithful. There we go. And then you can offer human dregs if you want. I'll try to stockpile them a little bit. I learned the hard way from the Fingers Covenant that sometimes you want to hold on to the resource that you get from that covenant because you might use them for an actual service. And if you pledge them all right away, then you're kind of screwed. Aldrich Faithful, pledge oneself to the Aldrich Faithful Covenant, the holy symbol of the Cathedral of the Deep, and crest of those who see beyond fire to the age of deep waters. Equipped to pledge oneself to the Aldrich Faithful Covenant, the faithful ensure that Aldrich, devourer of gods, remains undisturbed by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the ruined cathedral. Summoning takes place automatically while this is equipped. There we go. So much like the Watchdogs of Farron, it's an automatic summoning. Oh, there's a few of these. Blue Sentinels, Way of the Blue. Well, Way of the Blue is the backwards one, but yeah. Blue Sentinels, Watchdogs of Farron, and Aldrich Faithful are both covenants where you just equip them and BAM! The invasions just happen like magic. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Those dogs hurt me on the inside.